Welcome to Art Loves Fashion. I'm your host, Sharonda Irving. I'm an image consultant, professional developer, art curator and collector, a wife and a mom. This show, Art Loves Fashion, is about, you guessed it, art, love, and fashion. We'll be meeting new people, trying interesting things, and hopefully learning something new. Sounds kind of vague, right? That's because I want you to join me on Sundays at 5 o'clock as we take a journey of all things creative and beautiful with art, loves, fashion. Hello, everyone. Happy Sunday. Welcome to another edition of Art Loves Fashion. I am your host, Sharonda Irving, and I'm so glad that you decided to join me today because today is my 1-year anniversary of the show. Yay! I am so glad to be here. I jumped out here to do this show just on an idea that had been percolating in my brain. And I used to do a radio show with some other fabulous ladies, and I loved it so much, I wanted to do more. And so I just decided to jump out there with this show. And it has been a wonderful journey. And I have made it to my 1-year anniversary. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce you to a couple of guests. They were on previous episodes of Art Loves Fashion, and they were amazing then. They're amazing now, and they decided to join me for today's anniversary show. So we have Kimberly Griffin, we have Michelle Parrish, and we have Karen Pierce. All come through and share with us some various aspects of art and love and fashion. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Hey.
All right, so we are going to get right. And so, you know what, just to give you guys a quick background. So Kimberly came on, her episode was about dating in the time of COVID, and she was sharing with us some of the ups and downs and fun and unexpectedness of dating during the time of COVID. We had Michelle come through. Michelle actually came through, was the last show that I did in studio. And so she talked with us we were talking about the art of the mocktail. And so we're going to talk a little bit about that when we get to her segment. And Karen is our resident in-house panty and bra expert, or as we call them, foundations. And this is right on time because Valentine's Day is right around the corner. So if you missed the first episode, go back and watch it and stay tuned because Karen we're going to make sure that we get y'all together for next week. And so let's jump into our first clip of, this is Rochelle Wilson, and she came in and talked with us about agape love. She's phenomenal. So let's check her clip out. Why is it important for us to understand what agape love is, and how do we up our game on agape?
That is so great. And you know, it was great that you actually asked me to talk about love, not because I feel like I'm a love specialist, but it's really great to, you know, be able to have, you know, my ministry hat on, but also when you and I talked, we talked about just the real side of love. And when we talk about, you know, agape love, I mean, it is just a Greek word for love. The love that is really inspired and started by Jesus Christ. I mean, it is the love that comes from Jesus. It is this idea of this selfless, unwaveringly, unconditional love that Christ has for us. And I think a lot of us, we struggle with that because we don't understand where that love comes from. And so when we talked on Friday, just to talk about what we would talk about on the show, we talked about how are people going to really love while they're in a quarantine mode, because we know that when we talk about agape love, it's unconditional, right? And so in order to have unconditional love for someone else, I got to actually have that unconditional love for ourselves. And I think the point that I want to drive home today is that Jesus Christ loves us all, right? And it doesn't matter what we look like, our color, if we have a wig on, if we have red lipstick on, if we don't have anything on, he loves us, right? He loves Sharonda right now where she is. He loves me, right? And it's the kind of love that when you think about it from a very low perspective, Sharonda, it is love without conditions.
Yes.
Right. When I was thinking about how to really simplify this, really to make sure that I'm reaching everyone that could be, zooming in or on IG or Facebook, it is love that's unconditional.
And and one of the things that you talked about with that, the love that is unconditional, I think that, and I want to make sure that this is something that, depending on whatever names that you want to call your creator, whatever spirit power, a higher power that you pray to, or all that, it's a universal principle.
It's universal.
The idea of unconditional love was one of the things that we really got into, especially when you are in the house and you're trying to figure out how to work it out. And unconditional love, like, meaning just because you keep leaving the top off the toothpaste, I still love you anyway.
I'm gonna love you anyway. And I think it was funny because as I heard, I don't know how I forgot that my husband wrote this amazing book called Prescriptions for Your Situation, which this is not a pitch for his book. It was actually a resource that I used. I was like, oh my God, he has a book that is amazing. And he has a section in here about love because it's really faith, family, finances, and love. And when you talked about that unconditional love, I want to share a part of this book that really blessed me, because he talked about a couple in his book. He said about 5 years ago, I remember seeing a movie about this young couple who fell in love and got married. Shortly after marriage, they started a family and lived an inseparable life. The kids got older and it was just them again. But something happened. Life changed. The wife developed dementia. Her mind would go for a while and her husband would come to the nursing home every day to read their love story to her until her mind came back. Well, towards the end of her life, she laid in bed very sick at this point. Then her husband, who loved his wife even through all of this, came into the room with her and they died together in each other's arms. It was a story that defined love. It defined unconditional love. And he said, after all the good that their life had produced, when bad showed up, he remained committed to the love that he had for her from the beginning. And the Bible tells us that before we are formed in our mother's womb, he knew who we were, and he knew who we would be. And so the reality of the matter is God knew that I was going to be what I am right now. And so when I made mistakes, when I got it right, that love never changed. Mm-hmm. And I think that's what people don't understand, that even when we make mistakes, God still loves us. So when we're in marriages and when we're at home, if the husband doesn't put the toilet seat down, we still have to love, because that love is unconditional. He commands us to love. That love is unconditional. And that love comes when we do right and when we do wrong.
Interestingly, I think that one of the things is, we kind of make jokes and we say like, oh, you didn't put the toothpaste on the on the cap on the toothpaste, you didn't put the toilet seat down. But I think that, because we kind of make light of it, but I think the point that was so important to me was this idea of, you said, who I am right now, like regardless of the good, the bad, the mistakes, the ugly, the beautiful, when I get it right and when I don't get it right, it is love anyway. And I think that was like the piece that as a family member, I'll say that, because all of us, we have different relationships and family structures, and whether it is you are in a marriage relationship, whether you are in a parental relationship, a sibling relationship, or you just got a roommate right now. This concept of agape love is so important right now.
It's so important. It's so important. And not to really get deep. And again, as you said, for those of you, whoever you worship, whoever your higher power is, the reality of the matter is it starts with love. And 1 John 4:8 says, whoever does not love does not know God, because God is love. So for me, being a believer, right, that scripture becomes a driving force for me. Because if I say I love God, if I say that I have transitioned from being an unbeliever to a believer, it's going to come with that love. And so if I can't love my neighbor, if I can't love my husband, then maybe I don't love the God that I say I love, because he is love. And so this love, this idea of loving grounds me, because it gets me always to a place where I have to self-reflect and really figure out what is happening with me, and taking me back to the very beginning from where my relationship with the Father started at.
So now let me ask you this. How, and this may be too big of a question or trying to put it into a box. Did you hear me? Where do we start? Well, what does that look like on a day-to-day basis?
It's interesting that you said that, because, I wanted to share some tips for loving while we're in this state. And the first thing that I wanted to share was love yourself. It starts with you. In order for us to even begin this process of loving someone else, we got to love on ourselves. So while we're in quarantine, love on yourself. Appreciate.
All right, there we go. Well, we got the bonus end of it too.
I want to say, Miss Irvin, it's the hair for me in that clip.
Yes.
It's the hair for me. Yes.
Wait a minute, that's hilarious, because in the beginning of the clip, that what you don't see is me saying like, okay, this look was inspired by like Japanese street style, because I was later on in the clip, I was talking about how in Japan, they've been wearing masks long before this. And I love Japanese street style. So I was like looking at some street style, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna put on my curly wig. I love that wig. Thank you.
Yeah, you came through. You came through with that wig. Yes. One time for the beautiful hair.
Today.
That wig was everything.
Everything.
Y'all liked it because it's a bit adventurous.
You are someone else when you put that on.
Huh?
I said you are someone else when you put that on.
Yes. So that particular clip, I wanted to start off with that clip because we're entering into, Valentine's Day, and the idea of like unconditional love. Has anybody been feeling like this shutdown has had people like, okay, I don't know if I can, like, strained the reins of the agape love situation? And what do you do? Like, and because the truth of the matter is some people ain't making it through this shutdown.
I see you, Karen.
So what do you do? What do you do? Go for a walk?
The clip it was on point. I really enjoyed it, and that's the paramount piece I took away from that is love yourself. If you don't love yourself, you can't expect for someone else to love you, because that means for me it means if you don't love yourself, you're not accepting of who you are, your strengths, your weaknesses, your flaws, your quirks. How can you expect someone else to love that? Which brings me into what you're saying with the quarantine. There are a lot of people that, because they don't love themselves, and now you're forced to be together because you're used to being out 10, 12 hours a day. It's like, okay, here I am, here you are. Is this a good fit? Some people are making it, some people are not. I just pray that everybody starts to really love themselves and, just kind of shift things, because this is a crazy time. This is a time that we never expected in a million years.
And not going nowhere. That mirror not going anywhere.
It's hot. It's rough.
You just keep bumping into a mirror.
And it's from what I've heard, it's forcing people to really take a hard look at themselves.
Yeah.
For my family, it's been an interesting thing because it's been like the opposite for us. Because being in this situation has sort of freed us from life's daily stresses that were actually constraining us before this. So things like commuting and who's going to pick up the kids and who's going to run here and hustling and trying to get the kids to school and get to work on time and all the different things that were really stressing us out and wearing us out have been eliminated. And so for us, it's, we've taken it as an opportunity to really find space together. And we also quarantine different, right? So we have rented apartments in Virginia Beach and, done things that, because we're untethered now. We're not tied to any physical location anymore, and we're still on time. And so for us, we sort of looked at it a lot differently. It has given us a lot more space to really be together, because I think it's offered to us, at least the way that we've embraced it, a sense of freedom that, so even though we're all together all the time, we haven't limited ourselves to just this space. And it's opened a lot of doors because the day-to-day hustle was wearing us out. And so we're not taking that for granted, that has been eliminated.
That's a really interesting perspective, right? Like a sense of freedom. Getting away from the tied into the building.
Have tablet, you're good to go.
Travel,
right? Have tablet, we'll travel, right? All you gotta do is it's 4 of us. We take 4 laptops in the van, and we out. Amen.
That's right. That's when you're glad you got a van.
See, I'm telling you, mothers out there, get that minivan. I'm telling you.
All right, well, we're going to go ahead and transition into the next clip. Not as much of an exciting hairstyle, but we're going to be looking at a little bit of fashion on this clip. So
in our closet that we never get to wear because we bought it and we liked it, but the occasion hasn't arisen. So I was like, you know what? I'm putting it on. And I just made it casual. I have flip-flops on.
And it's cute. I love that top.
Actually, it's a dress.
Oh, okay.
It's a dress. So I want to show you guys a capsule wardrobe. This is a weird one. What a capsule wardrobe means is that you take a very few items and you create it in such a way that you can mix and match it to create multiple items. And right now, you don't need to be wearing your silk and silky tops. You're not wearing your cashmeres necessarily because you're not going to be sending things out for dry cleaning and things like that. So you want to think about what's easy to wear, what's wash and wear, and that kind of thing. So I pulled a couple of items, and we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 items here. But they're separates with the exception of 2 dresses. But this can last you a week or more. And how do you do that? And I put this on the front because I wanted to show how many people going to work with this on. Y'all going to work with this on?
No, I'm not going. I'm not going with
Y'all
that.
going to work with this on?
No.
And listen, if you are, that's fine. But what I want you to know is I don't want you to wear this to work every day because I want you to show up professionally. And what you're going to be doing is eating snacks. And you're going to be wearing this. And you're going to be eating snacks, you're going to be wearing this and eating snacks. And guess what? When you have to go back to work and when it's time to go back to work, you're not going to be able to fit none of this.
Oh, okay.
So here's what I want to show you. I love jean shirts, but depending on your work environment or depending on what you have in your closet, it can be a jean shirt, it could be a button up. Right? Some sort of cardigan. You may not have to wear a blazer in your office now. You can do a cardigan. I pulled out a lightweight one because I'm in the house. And so it may be the temperature in the house is controlled. You don't have to fight with your office mates about the air. Shout out to my co-workers who love to pump the air. Plain white tee. V-neck. And I chose a V-neck for a specific reason, which I'll share with you.
Now, this is my body dress. This is my bodycon dress.
Special, right?
The reason why I pulled out the bodycon dress is because it's super comfortable. And I know a lot of people are concerned with being comfortable while they're dressing from home. So I'm going to show you what can you do with your bodycon dress and still look like you're at work. This is a dress. It's a shirt dress. I love, 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 love a shirt dress. I encourage every woman to have one in their closet. Now, the rest I've got jeans, I've got leggings, and I've got a tank top. I'm going to show you this really quickly. I'm going to turn my rack, I'm going to pull my rack around so you can see what I'm doing. Making it do what it do in your home office.
That's right.
Shirt dress. White tee. And a legging, right? That's your comfy outfit. People want to be comfortable. I get it. Now, you're working from home, you're chilling. Uh-oh, they done called an emergency meeting. You need. Oh, okay.
All right.
We're back from that. So I guess, I was leaning in and I could see you guys leaning in too. Like, okay, wait a minute. We want to see what she's going to do with this capsule wardrobe.
Yes.
So, I'm going to have to say, like, you might have to tune into that episode to go back and watch it because, but basically what I was going on to say was that with the separates, if you pick out colors that are harmonious throughout the various pieces, you just basically mix and match. So a shirt dress can be a dress. It could be a shirt. It could be like a duster, almost serving like a cardigan. Mm-hmm. And the bodycon, I don't know if y'all can hear me when I said that's a Kimberly special right there.
That's the Kimberly special.
I didn't even know where to get one from. I love a bodycon. I never know where to find them.
Oh, it's everywhere.
Kimberly, where do you get your bodycons from?
Everywhere, literally.
And they're everywhere.
Like in the mall, Macy's. My nieces was like, Auntie, I see one. Here's one for you. Like they find it everywhere. I love them. They go with everything.
Yes. That particular one, I think was Zara maybe.
Okay.
Because they always have
Yep, Zara too.
They always year round have a bodycon. They always have like a like strap one, sleeveless one, and they always have like a long sleeve one. Yep. In that particular one, I did a legging and like kind of ruched it up so you could see the leggings. Then I did the shirt dress over it with, rolled up the sleeves and put a belt on with it. So what I want to ask you guys is, what is your favorite like go-to quarantine outfit?
Leggings and a sweatshirt.
Did you say sweatshirt, Kimberly?
Wait, I was like, what's
actually a hoodie sweatshirt at that. That's my favorite, like go-to. I'm just chilling. Now, if I know I have to jazz it up a bit out, of course I'll do something different. But if I could every day, a hoodie sweatshirt and leggings.
Do you wear your hoodie sweatshirts to work?
No.
Okay, so what's your quarantine work outfit?
For work outfit? I would say, so they've been nice sweaters up top and leggings on the bottom.
Yeah, business on top, party on top, relax on the bottom.
Yes.
What about you, ladies?
For me, it's the turtleneck.
A turtleneck.
Turtleneck. Black turtleneck preferably, but dark color turtleneck. It's sort of giving you a frame face in your Zoom. You can do a small or large earring, but if you have, like I usually have a large headset on, so it's inconsequential. But the turtleneck is my look, a dark one. And then on the bottom is that, usually whatever pajama pants I started the day with, because it's like, it doesn't matter. And, and Karen's here, I do wear some kind of bra. Because you're gonna,
I do
because
too.
if I show up without one, you're still going it out. But I find that the turtleneck is it's good for the casual chill meetings. It's good if I have to
Right.
pop into a more executive meeting, and it's also comfortable enough. I use a lightweight one that's comfortable enough to deal with the changing temperatures, around the house throughout the day, and it's something light enough so that I can go between corporate work and homeschool in a second.
Yes. Okay. What about you, Karen?
So my go-to is for the top, it's some sort of, as you said, like scoop neck, long sleeve, short sleeve, or V-neck, something that I can either put a jacket over it, a sweater, or just maybe some sort of necklace, and that's it. The bottom, it depends. It could be pajama pants, sweatpants, leggings, it could be. In some days, I do get fully dressed.
Right.
I do get fully dressed. And I'll put jeans on, but
I've been telling everybody, and so one of my friends actually hit me on social media and said, I missed the memo. I've been telling everybody at least once a week put on a pair of jeans.
That's what I do.
Pants, because you need to see.
Yeah, because the leggings.
Pants are gonna mess you up.
Yes.
I squeezed into a pair of jeans recently, and I was like, Lord, today I gotta slow down.
Yes.
So I went from 2 bottles of wine a week to 1, so that I could so I could get back into my jeans. I squeezed in those jeans. I said, "Oh my goodness, I'm on the edge here. I might not make it back. I gotta chill out.
Gotta chill out." And Michelle, and just so you know, like for me, sometimes I do wear a bra, but I don't do the heavy duty bra every day.
Right.
I have since found the like I got a couple in Target. They're just like little, I don't know, camisoles,
yes.
but they give support.
Yes.
No wire. The little it's got like a piece in there, for nipple gate situations. Yep. And
just something for a piece of support. So yeah, exactly. And I recently picked up some sports bras so for that purpose, because it's not, I don't need to be always lifted per se, but I do feel like if anything's happening to me in quarantine, it is the pointing south situation has gotten out of control.
Right.
It has gotten out of control. Okay, that's too much. But Karen knows.
I understand. I totally understand.
You might have to give a whole class on how to come back from the quarantine in these areas.
on the pointing south note, let's go ahead and transition into our next clip.
So I
think this is actually
you guys my friend, my colleague. Her name is Miss Kimberly Griffin. And she is here to talk with us during the love segment. She was so gracious to share with us. And so just to give the audience a little bit of background, Kimberly and I'll say Kim and I started off talking about this topic of dating, just sort of casually, because, as a married person, it's always interesting to get the insight about what's going on with my friends who are dating, and just girl talk and like, what's going on and how things change, or the more they change, the more they stay the same and all those good things. And so I was super curious about what was going on in the world of dating, especially with the shutdown and social distancing and all of those things. And so if you've tuned into the show before, you've heard me talk a little bit about it. So Kim was gracious enough to come on the show and talk a little bit about it. So welcome, Kim. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. So, and Kim's family is watching. She was also gracious enough to share. This is typically her family time. And so they were gracious enough to share her with me for a little while. So shout out to, is it the Griffin family?
Yep.
Shout out to the Griffin family. Second time around. Thanks, Griffin.
My boy. So now, Kim, let's kind of like start off just where are you in just like general sense of dating? And if there's any single men out here, yeah, now's your 30-second elevator pitch.
Me, I'm just playing. So you mean in reference to social distancing or just in general?
Dating, like in the current climate. At first when we first started talking, we were originally talking about in reference to social distancing, but so maybe start there, and then if some of the the political climate has that influenced dating life at all.
Okay, so I know this it's gonna sound so cliche, but during the whole social distancing and pandemic, I was on I'm focusing on myself. I need to get myself together because I was coming off of like a very rough school year with my job, and it was just a moment to breathe. And I felt all discombobulated. I was all over the place mentally and everything. So I was like, you know what? I cannot bring myself into anything right now. Let me just handle Kimberly, figure out my life goals and things like that. So it hasn't been anything that has been seriously on my radar. Now, if I meet people and things like that along the way, I have been going on dates and things like that, but it hasn't been anything where I'm like, I'm about to go on this, I'm about to find this today, or I'm about to do. So I'm just not really looking.
So how are you meeting people?
So, okay, so here's the thing. I feel like it's my bubbly personality, but I don't really have problem meeting people. That's never been my issue. It's usually the caliber. You know what I mean? So like literally grocery store, Target, gas station. Like I meet and I value like genuine connections. So like I like the in-person, like, hey, how you doing? I'm good. You know, we could just start talking that way. So I've been meeting people out and about when it's time to go outside.
So wait a minute. So you're telling me that although it's the shutdown, when you go just do your like essential errands,
yes,
people are still trying to holler.
Yes, and it's bugging me out because I'm like, yo, my face is I have a mask. You know what I mean? But I guess you can see eye contact or whatever. So that's been interesting to see. Like this one guy told me, well, I can tell you're smiling because I can see it in your eyes. You smiled at me like when I said hello.
Oh, okay.
Oh, well, good, because you can't see it. So yeah, it's just been it's been literally on my essential travels.
Okay. Oh, that's interesting. So now quick sidebar. So how can you tell if there's somebody? So like, I talk a lot about image, and I talk a lot about how within the first 30 seconds, you can form an opinion about someone based off of the way that they look. So they can tell that you're smiling, but like, how can you tell?
So my cousins, they always be teasing me. They be like, nah, they looking at them leggings or something. So that's the thing. Usually, because I know.
So, Kim, they're still out there talking and meeting and mingling in the COVID streets?
They are, and you know, I'm still shook. So I do my essentials. And I'm like, but yeah, I will say this though. I really did take that time to focus on myself. And like when you guys were talking earlier, like I truly have learned, not that I didn't, I would also go to the bar by myself, or I would go shopping by myself and things like that. But this time, I've never been shy about that. But I can really say now, like I really, really know Kimberly, like during this whole pandemic, and just focus on me. And then I also during that time was able to buy my first home.
Yes.
To focus on me. And so now I'm ready to mingle. Now that I handled business.
So, I mean, are you excited about the vaccine? Like maybe dating will open up. Do you know, is that?
Yeah, I am. I also am taking this time to me, just getting glimpses of people and how they think. So the ones that are not taking it seriously as I am, or like people in our community and things like that, that's a red flag for me. Like I'm like, oh, so I don't even want to get to know you when the vaccine comes, because you business. Yeah.
Kimberly, what about online dating? I found that I've been able to network with other business and entrepreneurs more seriously and more effectively through
Hmm.
online chatting and inboxing? How's online dating? Is that, do you think that that has been a stronger, like it's better in this situation? People more serious? Have you tried it?
So here's the thing: I've never in life tried online dating, but I always am the friend that encourages others. Like, so I don't think there's anything wrong with it. However, I feel silly writing a bio about myself. Like, it feels weird because, like, I like to authentic, like a genuine, like something we're talking about, things like that. So it feels funny to me to write, I'm Kimberly, I'm looking for, and I love. I can talk to you about that all day long, but that part feels funny for me. However, some of my friends are still doing the online dating, and they said they're doing exactly like me. Some are weeding them out based on the choices that the men are asking them to go on and things like that. Um, but sorry, that's my dad's phone. But earlier today, I had a friend talking about, see, I'm about to just shut it all down, and it was a couple online experiences. So I feel like it's everywhere. You know what I mean? Like, who's for you is for you, whether you meet them online or at Target.
Right.
So
Karen.
Kimberly, I'm single too, and I will say I tried online dating years ago. It was like, oh my God, what's happening here?
Right, right, right.
Um, I can't. This is crazy. However, I'm in a personal development group, and part of that group, well, part of the program is about dating.
Mm,
I do know it has been successful for a lot of these women that they have found what we call an HQ guy.
mm-hmm.
Um, and they,
HQ.
they're like, stroking me like, try it, try it, try. I'm like, oh my God, I just like, I have flashbacks when I even think about it.
Right, right,
Because
right.
I did it in solidarity with the girlfriend who moved to a new town, and she was like, what should I do? I was like,
Mhm.
Go out. She was like, yeah, but I work a lot. So she tried online dating. I was like, all right, I'll do it with you. Mm-mm. I was like, girl, this is horrific. Like, you get a lot of people, and it does improve your communication skills and weeding
Mhm.
people out. But then you get people that, men more or less, that just, they don't care,
And that's
so
what I thought about that when I would see like my friends and I'm helping them with their bio, and then the guys are asking them questions that are in the bio. I said, see, I ain't doing that.
Right. Okay, so that's rule number one. If you don't read the bio and you ask me questions that are in the basic information, it's going to be a no because you're not,
Yeah.
you looked at the picture and now you,
and that
I
was
don't know.
it.
But apparently, online dating has taken off. It has gotten
It
Yes.
a
has.
lot more hits. So y'all keep me posted on, what the next move is after this vaccination. But we're gonna go into the next clip.
Okay.
Um, and I always tell people who are watching, if you have a story, if you have some new information to share with us, hit me up in the comments, hit me in on a DM so we can provide the viewers with an update. Maybe things have changed, but let's check out the next clip.
All right.
Shake it with the ice. It's gonna
Oh
really
no,
kind of
that's
I was
flow
supposed
me.
to
together,
bring you some ice.
right? Oh, I have ice.
Oh yeah. And look, as she's doing that,
I got
just so
everything in a
y'all know,
plastic
she
bag.
tried to get cute and bring copper colored plastic cups. Because if you ever had a Moscow Mule, they put it in the little copper
Yes.
You peep my
mug.
game. And this is a orange. This is a
Okay.
cara, but you could use any orange, not just have
It's
to
a
size.
what?
The cara orange. It's one
See
of
what I'm
those little
saying?
orange. It's people are funny about them because they actually seed it. So if you like seeded fruit, get a regular navel orange. But these tend to be on sale right now. They're easy to find, and I like the flavor of orange. But you could use a lemon
Okay.
here. But I like orange, cucumber, ginger. I like all that together.
Orange, cucumber,
Yeah, and
ginger.
I'm just squeezing that in,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm gonna kind
Muddle
of
that too.
I'm gonna
Okay.
muddle that up just a little bit more. And
Okay.
I'm doing that with the skin on because then you get that oil essence
Okay.
from the skin, right? That
Okay.
part that people usually zest,
Okay.
right? So now we got something pretty good there, and I'm gonna add the ice.
Okay. Now,
I'm gonna add just a little bit of ice.
So now, as I'm watching this, I'm wondering, like, I see all the cucumber down in the bottom and the orange, and I'm like, okay, so do I strain it? Do I just go with it?
You
Well,
strain
we'll
this.
see.
We will strain this.
Oh, okay,
And
okay.
so I'm going to just do the syrup, right? Because it's a mocktail, so I'm not adding any other base. Like usually you would, here you would put in your ounce of gin or your ounces. So I'm gonna let the water do the work from the ice.
Okay.
Right?
So again, friends, yes, you can add alcohol to this, but today we are not encouraging that because you know how to make your alcoholic drinks. You know what to do. You mix it, you do your thing, or you pour, your thing over ice. But this is how you're going to switch it up a little bit just to build your defenses from the inside out. Show your body some love, the art of the mocktail. And like she said, mocktail is a thing, guys. It's not just the cocktail without the alcohol. It's a thing. All right, make the noise. It's okay.
So now we're gonna shake it. That's the fun part, right? You get nice and frothy, but also that ice is melting a little bit, so you're letting some of the water do some work for you too in your cocktail.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So it's also you're turning this into almost like a juice with your veg and your fruit.
Right.
Right?
And if you have young people who are pressed to be in your business and they got to have everything that you have, right?
Yep.
You know, when they go through that phase, everything you pour, they want. Everything you drink, they want to sip.
Right.
So this is something that you can say, okay, they can have a little bit. You can pass the mason jar to them, get them to shake it for you because your children are home and you can't get rid of them.
They're home. I don't know. I might have to put a little gin in theirs now.
She said they're home.
And so I was going to pour that in.
Yes.
Because I don't want the fruit.
I can't wait to smell it.
I don't actually want the fruit.
Because that's the other part I think about a good mocktail, right? It's like it's not just about the taste of it. It's the smell, it's the color, it's the whole experience.
It's the experience. That's what makes a mocktail a mocktail. It's not just about putting a bunch of juice together, right?
Yeah.
It's about. And so this is a LaCroix. This is a mango. I think as bubbly waters go, I really think it's superior.
Oh,
Just
okay.
saying.
Well, I believe you.
It tastes amazing. Anyway, you can use anything. You can use a plain. You can use any flavor. That was quite the pot.
That's why it's superior.
The
that thing
mango
said
flavor.
ting.
And so I'm just gonna use a little bit.
So she used a lot of different flavors, and I can't wait to see how this cucumber is going to marry with the mango and the orange.
We're gonna use that same bubbly water with the other one too.
Oh,
because,
okay.
If you don't have to go out and buy bunches of stuff.
Okay.
Because you have these fruits and you have these veg.
And let's just say something about that too. I think if you don't, like, that's the purpose of what we're talking about today. Some of our friends and family, now that we're in this situation where we are inside and where we are now cooking more and that kind of thing, one of the challenges for some people is, what do we cook? What do we make? And how do we sort of relearn and reteach ourselves how to cook things that build our bodies up? And the old saying in the name of the old book from probably the 70s, How to Eat to Live. Because that's what we got to do. We got to eat to live.
Books too.
My other colleague said, we trust Big Pharma instead of trusting our own kitchens. Okay, look. And she passed it to me at arm's distance. Oh, I love her. Okay,
We can transition back from
I'll make you one, brother. I'm sorry.
Oh my goodness. That was the very last in-studio show before the shutdown. And Michelle came
We were so socially distanced. It was hilarious. It was epic.
Made us some fantastic mocktails. I want to encourage you guys to go back and watch that show because she gave us the ingredients. She gave us the recipe. She did the demonstration. And when I tell you that it smelled amazing, it felt good going down. And it just felt like it was a nice change from just what you were used to kind of making and having in the house. Are you making mocktails in the house, or are you just drinking your wine?
I'm just drinking straight up wine, and not only that, I've gotten to the point where I'm making homebrew gins because it's just that serious.
Oh,
But
oh man, now see, I'm mad because I stopped drinking and I would love to have a homemade gin. I'm gonna have
because
to
I
come
love
and
the flower botanical like nature of it, and so I wanted something that could be more amped up on the botanical. So yeah, it's just, but it's just gotten that serious, y'all. Like I but because you and your husband inspired me to remain healthy and fit, I have slowed down on my weekly cocktails and
listen.
but yeah, but
Have
I am
you
not
come
I do
to-
not make mocktails here.
So
No
okay, so this is
mocktails
what
get
I
made
want
in
you
this
guys
house.
to do. You need to go and follow Michelle on her page, Michelle Parrish Cooks. I know that you
About
have
to do it right now.
a little bit more around your advocacy work for children and families with special needs, but she is an amazing cook. She's a bomb cook. She does things in the kitchen and it looks so simple with simple ingredients. Michelle, please, when you have a chance, we need to post that again, or we need to like revisit that. Go back to my YouTube and watch this episode. You're gonna be so pleasantly surprised at like what an orange and a cucumber and what was the other thing?
We had orange, cucumber, ginger, and mint in that one, and we use ginger syrup as a to bring the ginger heat and flavor and the sweetness.
And so you said real quick with ginger, you boil it down,
With sugar and water.
and then that the thing about the ginger syrup you were saying is can be used across
And
the
you could use it anywhere. So you could use it like in your tea. You could use it in a mocktail. You could use it in a cocktail, and or
Thank
or
you.
however, yeah, or however. It's because we talked about trying to create flavor profiles that will also have health benefits for your body as we try to build up our immune system and our strength in the pandemic. And ginger and orange, mint, all those things actually will contribute to your system. Now, obviously, if you throw the gin in there, now you're changing the game a little bit. But I stand firm that a shot of gin every day is antiseptic. So
there you go. There you go. And listen, and they already said you need to have red wine. And they said that red wine, don't try to substitute it with grape juice because it's not the same. Red wine is beneficial.
not grape juice, amen. But hey,
Yeah.
yeah, so definitely check it out. And COVID definitely impacts chefs' ability to work. But it's okay because if you've been paying attention, take the opportunity. Chefs don't get a lot of time with their families. And so, this is a moment where you just can't take for granted because when things get back to really moving and grooving, those hours in the kitchen will get long again. So here
And
I am.
I'll be hitting you up for some. I haven't had that soup with the pumpkin seeds in it in a while.
Oh yeah.
So follow Michelle Parrish Cooks for really amazing inspiration on some things that you can do in the kitchen. And so we are racing against the time. But so we're going to segue into the final segment, which I think will be a great closeout for us.
So
after we
I would like to introduce to you my friend Karen Pierce. She will be joining us for our conversation today. Welcome,
right.
Karen.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. I'm so glad you were able to join us today. And so normally when we have a guest on, we kind of talk about the guest's particular area of expertise, and then we go on to the other segments. But today is all about a couple of topics that Karen, I would love for her to weigh in on the conversation as well. So if you're tuning in, I want to encourage you to get a pen and paper or get the notes section of your phone ready because we're going to be sharing some tips, some tricks, some resources that you may want to look up. Okay? All right. So first up, we'll talk about one of the things that I had actually asked Karen to come on and talk about was foundations. So with my clients and with my friends, I'm always saying that you cannot build a great wardrobe or you cannot build a great outfit without starting with the foundation first. So, Karen, first of all, introduce yourself to the people and tell them a little bit about your experience with the world of foundations.
Hi, everybody. My name is Karen Pierce, and my world in regards to foundations, undergarments, and some of us just say bra and panties, excuse me, is my 13 years of expertise at Victoria's Secrets. And a lot of people are like, oh, their stuff doesn't fit me. The issue with that is it's not that it doesn't fit people, you just have to have the right sizing. And that's the biggest thing that you need to have so everything else looks pulled together.
13 years. Wow.
Yes. Part time, mind
Right
you.
there when you were in elementary school, girl.
Exactly. I know, right?
So it's interesting that you say that because I definitely would used to say that and would tell my clients like the same thing about that particular brand. And you're saying for that brand, not so, just being fitted appropriately.
Just being any brand, being fitted appropriately is the first step to having a good foundation. To like I said, to have everything come together and look seamless, smooth, and fabulous.
And there's a lot of people who have never had a professional bra fitting. Can you talk a little bit about what that entails? Because one of the things I try to tell people too is that it definitely is a moment that you're going to have to get comfortable with the person that is helping you. So can you talk to us a little bit about what a bra fitting entails?
Okay, so a bra fitting is, as you pointed out, it's a very, very intimate experience. So, one, you have to be mentally ready because in my years of doing them, I've had a lot of women totally shocked and surprised with the fittings that I've given them. And then when they try that particular bra on, it changes their life. So
Yeah.
the thing is, when you go for a bra fitting, I would say dress in comfortable clothing. You don't have to have, the outfit for the club or anything like that. You just got to be comfortable and be prepared to try on the different styles because there's a lot of different styles out there, but you always want to start with the basics. And then you can go into what we used to call the fun, flirty, fashion type bras.
So when you go into the room, and one of the things I tell my clients as well, like wear comfortable clothing, but like, and this may seem like obvious, but I say it anyway, like just make sure that you have been a little more careful with your grooming.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
your bra person is going to be up in your business.
Yes, very much so. If you want to have the right fitting, yes, we are all up in your business. And you have to be comfortable with having a person see you naked, basically, because it helps us to have a better idea of how to fit you and what would be the best bra for you.
So you come in the room, the person says, they want to get a bra fitting. And so then what do you do? Like, what is a bra fitting?
So what a bra fitting is when you come into the room and you can have a bra on, but the thing with that is it's not really a good reading if you have one a push up.
Yeah, it's not. So Karen didn't want to. I know. Sorry,
No, that's fine. No, that's fine.
Karen didn't want to come out and tell us like they're gonna be all on you. So I'm not gonna ask everybody to raise their hand. I'm just gonna ask you all to. I'm gonna encourage you all. You have not got Karen. How often should you get bra fittings?
You should really get them every 6 months.
Oh,
every 6 months.
I need a bra fitting then.
Yes.
As do I.
I mean, if you can't go every 6 months, definitely at least once a year. Because I've had people come in wearing a 36B, and I'm clearly looking at them like,
That's not it.
uh-uh, uh-uh. But what happens is that because they've washed it and dried it so much, it stretched and it gave. So, when I tell you, oh, well, no, you're a 36 triple D, they're like, what? No, I'm a 36B. And maybe 4 years ago you were, but right now, so.
This is
And a
interesting.
lot of ladies don't know that spillage is not cleavage.
No.
Oh my goodness,
know?
yes. Thank you for that. Thank you. No,
Spillage
it's
is not cleavage. If you take nothing from this moment, spillage is not cleavage.
at all.
But
Your bra shouldn't pinch you either.
And what about that side boob piece? That should be in there too, right?
That's got to be in there too. Your wire should line up under your armpit, basically.
I found that when I went to Victoria's Secret, like I haven't been in years.
hi, Tatiana.
Hi guys, sorry. Hey.
Hi.
Hey guys, I'm here. Excuse my absence, had to focus on my mental, so I was in therapy. But I
Get it
found
done,
that,
girl. Get it done.
listen, it's important during this time. I found that when I went to, was it Nordstrom's? Like, I was very surprised when they gave me they did my measurements, because this whole time I thought I was a 34D, and
Okay.
they were like, no, and I'm actually smaller around here. So she was like, I was a 32 triple D. I was like, wait, come again? Like, I could not, like, I was like, no way, like, that is not my size. But I noticed that once I started buying bras that were in that size, I just saw a difference. So yeah, but I can be honest, during this pandemic, I've been wearing more sports bras, so I definitely need to just go and get fitted again. But
So Karen, let me ask you a question, because I want to take us to our last thing, walking out the door. A lot of people probably have not done a bra fitting. They probably have not. It's one thing that if you're going out and you're going shopping, like that's me, because that's my outlet. But I don't know if I'm letting somebody get that close to me. Is there a way for them to be able to? Can you do it by yourself? Can you do it on your own?
You can do it on your own. It might be slightly off with your numbers, but the good thing is that at least you go in with a base, and they'll give you bras that are within that range, and then they'll let you know, like, so then when they look, it's like, okay, well, no, let's try a size up or a cup up. Like Tatiana said, is that she found out she was smaller around the rib cage area, which that's why it's important, as I mentioned earlier, if you can't go every 6 months, at least every year, because our bodies as women, it changes over time, whether it's medication, working out, not working out. Our bodies change, and hormones has a lot to do with it as
for
well.
Sure. So Valentine's Day is next week. Whether you're getting one for your Valentine's Day date, or maybe just because you want to show yourself some love. Look, I didn't even think, look, y'all see that?
That is so cute too, by the way.
That's really cute. Drop the deets on that.
So go make it a fun thing to do for yourself. We talked about self-love. We talked about fashion and all those things. And maybe we can wrap this all up in a bow. Everybody go measure those girls and, treat yourself to a new undergarment. Because Karen also told us that there was a timeline, like your bras are expired. If you haven't gotten a new bra recently, go out and treat yourself, because you'll not only feel good on the inside, but it'll make you look good on the outside. So get that measuring tape. And if you go online, you can find like the formula to how to figure it out.
Yes.
So get that measuring tape, measure those girls up, be kind to your girls so you can look good and feel good from the inside out. And on this note, I want us to look at this clip. I hope y'all saw it on Instagram. I want to get your reaction as we're leaving the show. I want to say thank you so much to everybody who joined on. I love all of y'all individually and just collectively as my girl tribe and all those good things. Thank you for coming on. Check out this Instagram clip, y'all. And
hey, y'all. For those of y'all that know me, know my hair has been like this for about a month now. It's not by choice. No, it's not by choice. When I do my hair, I like to, finish it off with a little Got to Be glue spray. Just to keep it in place. Well, I didn't have any more Got to Be glue spray, so I used this. Gorilla Glue spray. Bad idea. Y'all, look. My hair, it don't move. You hear what I'm telling you? It don't move. I've washed my hair 15 times and it don't move. Stiff wear. Woo! My hair. So I'm gonna tell y'all like this. If you ever run out of Got to Be glue spray, don't ever use this unless you want your hair to be like that. Hey.
It was a joke at first.
Thought it was. She went to the hospital.
It's not a joke.
She's been working on it.
It's not a joke. Wow.
It's not a joke. And we on the way out, we just gonna send old girl some love. And she's a teacher. She's a teacher. We're gonna send old girl some love. She's a teacher and she's a mom. I am so tied into this story right here. I keep checking back like, what is that?
Poor baby went to didn't go to the beauty supply. She went to the Home Depot. You can't even get those products in the same place. Poor baby.
I'm like, how did you mix them up, or did you just like let me try? I don't know. I was just like,
and it may not even be able to be shaved off. It's so. Let's send her some love.
I'm just definitely send her some love, lighten in love.
And in the teacher world, we sending her some shine.
Yes.
But her hair looks good though. Her hair looks good though. No doubt.
It was laid.
It was laid. It's gonna be laid.
It still look good though. I mean,
for a month.
She won't be late. I was like, she won't be late to work
at all. At all. I mean, if she washed it and still got like, I don't know, same style. Go ahead.
But she got her 15 minutes of fame, and who knows what this may bring her. Okay.
I know. This Gorilla Glue needs to send her like the formula to get that stuff.
They did. They actually did send her. They tried to help her, but they are like, what she did was outside of the scope of what they ever imagined could happen with the product.
Doing this, and she probably put a scarf on it to smooth.
Yep, mold it down.
Right, it is molded.
They told her to use a little bit of isopropyl alcohol and some things like that, but it's probably it's a long road. But hair grows back. Hair grows back, right?
It does.
Yes.
Let's pray that her follicles are clear.
Gosh, yes. Oh my
goodness. That the hair can come out.
But
I just wanted to play that and get you guys' reaction.
Yeah. Like I said, I was like, oh, this is a hoax. Like she playing, and then I started seeing other things. I was like, oh no, this is real. Oh my God. I saw the dermatologist said acetone. I was like, wow.
Wow.
She's updated us. She showed her and her friend trying to work it out. It's not looking good for old girl. So on that note.
All right.
I am so glad and grateful that you all were able to share a part of your Super Bowl Sunday here at Art Loves Fashion. I will be back next week to start episode 1 of season 2. And I hope that you guys at some point will come back on and give us updates and, share the love on what you guys have going on. And until then, I appreciate all the viewers for tuning in on another Sunday for Art Loves Fashion. We're here every Sunday from 5:10 to 6 o'clock. And you all have a wonderful rest of the week.
Yes.
Bye.
Welcome to Art Loves Fashion. I'm your host, Sharonda Irving. I'm an image consultant, professional developer, art curator and collector, a wife and a mom. This show, Art Loves Fashion, is about, you guessed it, art, love, and fashion. We'll be meeting new people, trying interesting things, and hopefully learning something new. Sounds kind of vague, right? That's because I want you to join me on Sundays at 5 o'clock as we take a journey of all things creative and beautiful with art, loves, fashion.